This one is called Gambler's Table, so we're gonna thrive. And like a good degenerate, I'm gonna risk it all for the win. The way it works, we touch the coin and it flips. We either win or we don't. Doesn't seem like much of a gamble, there's nothing on the line. Aside from wasting our time, but let's be honest, is that really a loss? So we've saved up $5 whole. We can spend $2 to upgrade the coin, and that's going to give us 2 coins to flip. But that's also double the workload, and I don't know if I can handle working in these conditions. But we can also purchase a helper for $10. They're going to go around and flip the coin manually, presumably, if I don't get to it first. So I think what we're going to need is more copper coins. I saved up about $20, and we spent that all on more coins. So now we can rapid fire. Oh, you click in the area and they all flip. I feel like I'm going to end up breaking this just based on that single principle. My helper seems to only flip one at a time because he hasn't worked hard like I have. We're going to get one more of them just in case I want to get lazy. This could also be good for practicing mouse precision, even though you don't have to be exact. What I'm really going to want is that silver coin for 200 because I would assume it's worth considerably more than $1 per flip. Or I suppose $1 every 2 flips because there's no guarantee with these things. That guy fell asleep. And listen, if you get paid $10 for the rest of your life to flip coins, you cannot fall asleep. So we have $80, more coins. Didn't actually buy that many, but at least we can fling big clusters of them into the air suddenly. This is one of those things that I can absolutely just get lost in doing. And now the money's rolling in because I always have something to be touching and we can hurl multiple of them into the air. We finally saved up $200. Pop the champagne, we're $200-ers. Oh, and the lower left it actually tells you the silver coin grants $20 per successful flip. So I basically want to chase this thing around because it's worth 20 times the other coin. And if these idiots could talk, I would send them after this coin exclusively. Unfortunately, they just want to sleep. Ooh, the money feels faster with this coin though. It really didn't take long to save up $300, so we get a second silver coin. Now we can just alternate between them. The next one does cost $340, but at this rate, that's going to take no time. I can still hit the clusters of everything along the way. One more silver coin. Now I could probably be almost full-time clicking, even though they're landing together. If I was smart, I would bully them into a corner, because I can actually direct them depending on which side of them I touch. Just like how most things move away from me when I touch them. So now they can just sit in the corner and I can just flip all 3 of them really endlessly, I think. What a winning strategy. We've made $500 in an instant, which is enough for one more silver coin, so we're going to chase that into the corner as well. You fell asleep again. This whole time, I didn't see the upgrades tab beside here, so we can get things like Copper Surge, which gives copper coins an extra $1. I think instead of that, I'm going to get the silver charge. That's going to give silver an extra $5, so we're going to do that twice. So now they're worth $10 more, otherwise known as a 50% increase. I thought it was going to take a while for us to get the gold. Reading helps. I say that every day when I play games, and then I forget to read. Ooh, bigger hands. Helper can now flip silver coins. Oh, great. We can also make them more efficient for only $30, so they become 15% more efficient, so there's 45% more efficiency. Look at them go. And we'll get the Copper Surge a few times too, because they are flipping those copper coins quite a lot. And then now we'll get triple the income for them. While we're at it, let's get $1 more of Copper Surge. We might as well. We're going to make a lot of money long term over those little coins. Since the copper coins are worth an ugly $4, let's just make that an even 5. Wow, look at them getting into the silver horde. Oh, we can get Lucky Echo for $150. It grants a 5% chance to automatically flip coins again. We're going to get 2 of those, so there's a 10% chance I think to double flip. So pretty soon these will be going by themselves. I have a lot more fun when I just click all over the place wherever the coins are at. I'm going to get another silver coin for $571 and a lot more copper coins. Also a few more helpers while we're at it. A gold coin costs $5,000, but that's got to be worth it. They're going to give $300 per flip. $1,600. Let's increase our silver value by $5 again. And that basically leaves us with enough money left over to do that one more time. So now they're worth $40 per flip. And the harder workers are only $200 for 15% more efficiency, so we're going to do that twice, so they're 30% more efficient again. Pretty soon our passive income will move ahead of our clicking income. We're going to get Lucky Echo for another 5%, so we now have a 15% chance for a double flip. Helpers are still only $44, so let's take it from 4 to 11 helpers. Now I feel like I hardly have to do a thing, aside from wake them up every once in a while. I don't know if it's worth it to get more copper coins, because if I have this many helpers, I'll focus more so on silver coins, which are much more valuable. You know what? I'm never wrong. Let's buy 2 more silver coins, that way it's a higher silver to copper ratio. They'll flip more silver coins automatically. Although the same could be said for gold coins, and we don't even have a single one yet. But to begin, I'll be manually flipping that thing. $5,000 really isn't far away anymore. I zoned up for a second, we got $6,000, so we can buy the first gold coin. That's going to appear there. It's easy to see. Perfect. It's a little bit slow to flip.
But for $300, I'll do anything.
And that unlocks some new upgrades, like we can get Golden Bounty. Gold coins give plus $30. So we've upgraded that twice, so it's worth an extra $60. Now it's an extra $90, and that's good and expensive. You know what? We'll do it one more time. We can flip this single coin for a long time. Also getting into the cluster of these idiots as well. We got to keep waking them up. But it's $420 per flip, per successful flip. I gotta remember that. It's about a 50% chance of success. Well, let's be smart and spend $8,000 on Copper Surge. It's currently worth $5 per flip. Wow, that actually didn't go up that much. That was really expensive and we only brought it up to $9. But I guess it is a numbers game. As long as we got the numbers down there, we'll be fine. Speaking of which, we'll buy a lot more copper coins. I don't know how many we started with. We now have 25. And let's buy a second gold coin. They're a little bit slow to flip, so this way I can always be bowling one or the other. And that's going to help our income go way up. For $500, we can also get quick copper, which increases the speed of copper by 10%. This gives copper coins give 20% more money, dramatically increasing their worth. That's actually huge. I don't want to spend all the money on that. Copper coins are now worth, what was that, $23. Considering how many there are out there, that's going to be big money. Plus, we're going to go buy a few more levels of Lucky Echo. There should be a 1 in 4 chance for them to flip again. And now every time we upgrade the base value of the copper for $4,400, the value is going to go up a lot. It's currently at $23. One more of these will bring it up to $26. The workers also are going to go up by 15-30% on top of what they already were. And copper coins can now be flipped, just by hovering over them. Oh, that's much easier. I don't have to click anymore. Although I still should for the silver and golds. Another 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% copper speed. I'm also going to give muscles to my idiots. They can now flip gold coins themselves. Speaking of the idiots, they're only $600 each. There was 11 of them. We got an extra 4, which is actually a really big increase. There's 15 of them in total now. Half of them are sleeping, but the other half will be making us money. I hardly know what to spend my money on at this point. We got 20 grand. Let's buy another 2 gold coins. We're coming up on $25,000, and once we hit that, we're going to get Shockwave, a very expensive upgrade. Gold and silver coins trigger smaller coins upon landing, creating a cascade of flips and revenue. Yes. Those are most of what I'm focused on anyways. We'll increase the value of gold coins again by a further $30 and now with $450 per flip. I suppose the best way to make more money is to add more coins, so we'll keep adding base coins as many as we can. Especially with the cascading thing, I suppose. Now we could just get giant chain reactions of money flipping. Since we have a lot of copper out there, we're going to increase the value of it one more time. It's now up to $28. Silver coins can also go up quite a bit actually. Hard workers can go up as well. It's just a flurry of idiots flipping coins, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, we've also unlocked a silver transmutation. For $150, silver coins give 20% more. So actually, I'm going to spend all my money on that because it's such a big number to begin with that those are going to be worth $120 now. And then we can increase their base value a further $5, so silver coins are up to $132. Lucky Echo is still pretty cheap, so we can buy another 3 levels of that. There's now 8 times 5% chance. And that's why they're jumping around like a bunch of fish. We'll take some quick copper at this point as well to get it going faster in Copper Alchemy and Silver Streak. So the silvers are going to jump really quick. The copper is still going to be quicker. But it's just all in the pursuit of more and more money. Speaking of which, we're going to get another copper coin, another silver coin, and even another gold coin. We have 16 helpers for 41,000. We brought it up to 20. And they are really getting quick. We've broken $50,000. So let's increase our worker speed by a further 15%. They're just a flurry of activity at this point. Like, I'm not sure I even need to help anymore. And finally, we can increase the gold value by 20% if we want to. So it's $450. We're going to spend a whole bunch of money on that. 7, so we got 35% increase. Correction, those aren't 5% increments, they're 20% increments. So we got 140% increase, so gold coins are now worth a lot. Was it $1,400? It's now $1,100 every time we flip a gold coin, but we can still increase that. That was $50,000, but it's worth it. Golden velocity is also going up, so they do it quicker. We make $100,000 so quickly now. I think we're going to want more gold coins. There's another 3 of them on the board. We already made another, there's $60,000. We're making $10,000 every couple seconds. So let's buy another gold coin, and you know what? We'll buy one more in just a moment. The base value of gold, we can still bring it up by $30 increments. We just did that another 2 times, but that's going to increase the final value. That's all the way up to as soon as it lands on a win. Any second now. Come on. $1,326. We'll do one more gold infusion. That's a 20% increase and make them flip a little quicker again. So then we're up to $1,428 every time they flip, and we've got quite a few of them here. A new gold coin costs 70 grand. So we're going to buy one, and then we're soon to buy another one because we'll make the next 90 grand in an instant. Already done. But the more coins we have on the board, the better anyway. So we're also going to top up on copper and silver. By this point, we've earned $1.1 million. The gold coin is definitely our biggest earner, so we're going to try and keep it going. We can give it another $30, $60 in value. Now it's up to $1,600 per flip. And then we'll add another gold coin. We now have 13 of them in total. $150,000 on Lucky Echo, that got us another 10%. So I think the coins now have a 50% chance to hop again once they land. I should probably give the coppers some more love. It's still pretty cheap. We can give copper coins 20% more value quite a few times over, so that really is going to help. We can also make them flip a little quicker too. They are up to $41, which is pretty respectable. And for $130,000, we could probably buy a few more. There's an extra 5. Helpers are $16,000, so we'll buy 2, maybe 3 of those. I'm really not sure I need to click or do anything at all anymore. I think the helpers would pretty much have it under control. But just to be sure, we're going to buy some more silver coins. There's 4 or 5 of them. We're also going to increase their value by $15 each, which means their current value is, as soon as it lands, $170. But we can also transmute it to give it lots of extra value. So the silver's gone way up, 210. Oh, also the silver streak. This is long overdue, so that it's going to flip a lot quicker as well. Now things are moving in a hurry. It's just a big jumble of money text. The gold still isn't fast enough, so we're going to increase its speed by 20, 40, 60, 80%. So it gets back into the air and lands back down almost in an instant. About $300,000 in the bank. So hard workers, their speed goes up by 15, 30, 45% on top of what they already had, which means they move like lightning. Copper upgrades are only 60,000. We're basically just going to look for cheap upgrades at this point. Copper upgrades are going up by $1 each. We'll spend all that money on those. But copper themselves are up to $60 now. They started at 1. I'm pretty sure gold is still our big winner though, so we'll do another gold infusion for another 20% higher value. Also another $30 base value, so I'm not sure what they're up to, $1,800 even. We've almost got the maximum amount of helpers. We just added another 2, make that another 3, only 4 more to go. Copper coins max out at 100, silver at 50, gold at only 30, surprisingly. So we can't get a ton of those, but we'll top up the baser coins. The sound of the coins jumping is putting me to sleep and I don't know why. I'm going to take a moment to save up $1 million. It's not going to take long. I want to see if that unlocks us new coins. And there's $1 million. Nothing new was gained, but we'll buy a few more gold coins. That was $700,000 worth. And a few more helpers, so we're now at 28 out of 30. Gold's going to give us an extra $30 per coin as well. And with a little gold infusion, the number goes up again, so it's now $2,000 per flip. The next helper costs $330,000. The final one is just about $500,000. In total now we've earned $6.6 million. I thought it would be higher. It feels like more. But let's buy our final helper. Now we can sit back and relax and let them do all the work. We'll buy another copper and silver coin. That was really expensive. And then one more copper coin. Silver's going up by $10 base value. So it's up to 240, which is nearly as much as gold was at its base. And then its upgrades for 20% more value are reasonably cheap. Not anymore, but it went up by 40%. So now it's 272. It's really, really close to the base value of gold. One more upgrade's going to get it even closer, 288. I forgot about our dear friend Lucky Echo again, so there's 2 more levels of that. That's an extra 10% chance to automatically flip coins again. I'm not sure how much one matters anymore with the idiots being so quick to get to them. To be sure they're earning their money, we're going to spend $1 million on making them faster. That's only going to buy 2 upgrades, but they did get a 30% further increase. And it shows, because no coin is being left unflipped for very long. Golden Bounty can go all the way up to level 50. It's only at level 11, and it's already at $500,000 per upgrade. No, it's $1 million per upgrade. Well, I've got time if you do. 925,000, 1 more upgrade. We should also increase the golden velocity. If they can't flip very quickly, it's going to be a bottleneck. And then we obviously need more gold coins on the table for even more efficiency, so I'll buy another 2 of those. That costed about $1 million. And while we're at it, to celebrate, another copper and another silver. That costs like 300 grand. We'll do the same thing again in just a moment. Our gold coins are far and away our biggest earner. They're worth about 4 times either silver or copper. So we'll reward them by buying 1 more gold coin. That cost $700,000 all by itself. But we make the $1 million back really quick. We can already buy another one. The next one's 1.2 million, but we already made 200 grand. Starting to feel it slow down just a little. 20% extra value to gold coins for 700 grand. They're now getting us a lot of money. As soon as I actually get the readout, 2,350. Making them quicker is also going to make them go a lot quicker. There's 40% extra speed. I actually really felt that speed upgrade, so we're going to do it one more time again. So they're 60% faster than they were 30 seconds ago. We haven't upgraded silver speed in a while. It's only $86,000. So we'll get another 3 levels, 4 levels of that. One more gold coin for 1.2 million isn't gonna hurt a thing. I took a minute to drink some water. A lot of my idiots fell asleep, but we have $3 million in the bank. So let's throw out another 1 gold coin for that kind of money. We got 1.7 million left over. The next gold coin is going to cost $2 million, which we can afford momentarily. And that'll push our income up ever higher. We make 100 grand every couple of seconds at this point, so that feels pretty agreeable. We'll get some more Lucky Echo because that's almost max level, and it's nice to start seeing some of these go away. And once it hits max level at 15 upgrades times 5%, it's going to be a 75% chance for coins to flip again. And they can land themselves multiple times. I've seen them hop around all by themselves, like I wasn't actually clicking on that, it was just hopping. We're going to give silver a little bit of love and give it 40% more value as well, and also 5 more base value. So even silver's up to 340 per click. We'll throw a few more coins out there as well. We're up to 29. So our income is just going to go up and up and up and up. The problem is everything's getting so expensive. Like copper coins cost 450,000 and we still need 50 of them. By the time we get there, there's going to be like 40 trillion. But I guess the more we buy, the more value we generate. Copper surge, copper's worth $1 more. Copper alchemy, that's 20% more on top of that. So copper coins are up there. It's hard to pick out the individual value. Copper is up to $68 per flip. We'll also make it considerably quicker. It's hard to decide what to spend money on. $4.2 million, we'll take an extra 20-40% on gold, which is now up to $2,622. And you know what? Let's make it a little bit quicker as well. I've realized that increasing hard worker makes all the values go up by about 15%. So we'll buy a few more levels of that. The next one costs 3.1 million. But the faster they can work, certainly the more money we make. Saved up $9 million. What I want to do is increase hard worker 2 more times. That was basically all of our money, but now they're max speed. And I'm going to start focusing on any upgrade that costs less than $1 million because that seems to make sense. But I also need a lot more coins. If we could just buy a whole bunch more coins, our income would just go up very simply. $5.7 million. Let's split that between copper and silver. That really doesn't buy as many as you'd hope it would. We're now 10 millionaires for the first time. So I'm going to buy 2 more gold coins and that's it for now. But we'll very shortly buy a 3rd one, which means we're almost all the way to our max amount of gold coins. And that should increase our income quite a bit. The more we can flip those gold coins, very much helps our income. $17.5 million. So let's see if we can get gold velocity all the way up. I don't know if we're actually going to have enough money. No, we are not, but we are 19 out of 20. But the gold flips faster than ever by a long shot. At this point, we've earned $89 million and we still got some upgrades to buy. But gold is now at top speed, so we'll also give it 20% more value. It flips like lightning. It makes almost $3,000 per flip. I forgot that I was going to focus on upgrades worth less than $1 million, so we topped up copper a little bit to try and make up for that. But we're making $100,000 just about every second. So for $60 million, we can finish off a gold coin, so we're now maxed out, 30 out of 30. Then we're going to top up silver coins as well. That got us as high as 41. Then copper coins we can bring up to 55, and then we're broke again. And at this point, we made 140 million total. You know what? Let's bring the value of silver back up, and then we're going to pile up some more money. Now that we've earned a total of 174 million, it dawns on me that copper has only earned 1/6 of gold coins suddenly. We can fix that by upgrading the value of copper. It's relatively cheap at this point. We can also make it now as fast as possible as well. It's also maxed out there. And suddenly, we've got a single strip of upgrades left, although some of them are still going to take a minute. But this is only $750,000, so why not buy a few? But now when I'm actively clicking, we're easily making 100 grand a second. For $16.5 million, I might be able to finish off Silver Streak. That makes the silver flip all the quicker. And then we're going to increase Golden Bounty, so there's an extra 60 base value to the gold, which is up there for sure. 3,120. We can actually boost the value of silver 4 more times. Maybe make that 5. Nope, we can't. The last upgrade is $30 million. Progress was going so quick until the end, then it gets slow. Silver is worth $500 all by itself though, which is a lot. And I guess we can increase its base value by a further $5 as well. So now it's 528. The sound of the coins kept putting me to sleep. But we got $37 million, so we're going to buy more silver coins. Only 3 of them. This is going to take forever. We've accrued another $60 million, so we're going to finish off silver transmutation, and that's 1 more off the board. Then we're going to do gold infusion. We can get 5 more levels of this, but we won't be able to afford them now. 2 is good enough for me. That's still 40% more gold. And that's worth over $3,400 each. The next 100 million or so, we're going to spend on copper coins. We have 56 now. That took us to 63. That's only 7 more. But I guess we can get gold coins worth $30 more base value. So now they're worth 3,564. I'd have to let this run for the next week to get all the way to the end. So I hope you enjoyed watching me flip coins.